And now let's get to some breaking news from just moments ago. John Bolton, President Trump's former national security advisor, is expected to plead guilty over mishandling classified documents. And for much more on what we know about that, let's get to CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson. Jessica, thanks for your time today. So what are we learning about this?
So we're learning that John Bolton has apparently agreed to plead guilty to one count of improperly retaining classified information. He was facing 18 counts. He had a court date that was scheduled for June 26, and he was facing counts related to not just retaining classified information, but also disseminating that information. Specifically, the allegations were reportedly related to sending his wife and his daughter classified information, all in the preparation for the book that he wrote that was highly critical of President Trump. We also know that John Bolton had said that he was the victim of a weaponized Department of Justice. One thing I think as this story continues to play out that's important for people to know is this case was a little different than other cases where the Department of Justice went after some of President Trump's political foes. This was a case where reporting indicates that career prosecutors supported the case, and the Biden Department of Justice also looked into this case. So right now what we have is an apparent plea deal and John Bolton facing anywhere from about 0 to 5 years in jail.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this information we got too about it, and I know he's agreed to pay $2.25 million. That's a fine in all this. I'm curious, though, he is pleading guilty, and obviously the Justice Department had some evidence about wrongdoing here. Does that mean he is accepting the fact that he, in fact, did not act properly in this case?
So if the judge accepts this plea deal and he does in court say, I plead guilty, then absolutely that is an acceptance of not just wrongdoing, but criminal wrongdoing. Part of what happens in a plea deal is that a federal judge will almost always say, do you understand what you're saying? Do you understand you're admitting to guilt in this case? There are different types of pleas where you essentially plead no contest. That's not what we're talking about here. The reporting again indicates that he will say, I did something wrong, not as to those 18 counts, all 18, but as to this one count of retaining classified information.
Wow. Okay. Jessica Levinson, thank you so much for your insight today. Appreciate it.